Welcome into another edition of Argo Sports Insider. I'm your host, Will Kennedy, and we're going to call this the summer edition of the program. We're going to keep it short and sweet, but we do have a lot to talk about. Many University of West Florida athletic programs still playing into the postseason here as the spring semester ends. We'll talk baseball as they continue on in the Gulf South Conference tournament and then look towards an NCAA regional, which we'll host right here at Jim Spooner Field on the campus of the University of West Florida. Softball getting ready, hopefully, for regional play. Men's and women's golf still going. The men's golf team, #1 in the country, looking to potentially win our 11th national championship here at UWF. And tennis wraps up another successful season. That and more coming your way on the program. We start things off with baseball. Mike Jeffcoat and company went up to Oxford, Alabama, Choccolocco Park, and won 3 games to bring the championship series to the Spoon in Pensacola, Florida. The conference tournament opened with a 6-0 blanking of West Georgia behind a strong outing from Evan Floyd and some timely hitting throughout the lineup. An 8-5 win over Alabama Huntsville with Cullen O'Shea providing the big blast. And then a rematch with #1 seed Lee from the last series of the season. And the Argos got it done. It took 2 days, jumping out to a 9-3 lead and a Cullen O'Shea grand slam before the rains came in, and then forcing a finish on a Monday. Argos win it 10-7. They'll be back at home for the championship series. Dylan Menhennett is riding a 29-game hitting streak.
Yeah, that our lineup is deep, and each guy's stepping up on different days. We've had consistency through the top 5, but, bottom 3, 4 guys have been coming through big. Dunham's had a big tournament for us so far. But, we get to go back to Pensacola, and we got to take that home field advantage. Still got to try to win this championship. Got a 2 out of 3 left.
How big a thing is that, to have that home field and to get to go back home and stay there?
And that's great. And what it does is help bridge the gap between now and the regional. If we didn't have that 2 out of 3 and didn't make it to the final, we'd probably be sitting 2.5 weeks. So very blessed and fortunate to be able to get there and now compete for our first GSC championship since 2007.
They're up to, I think, 29 games in a row now.
Yes.
Anything you think about that at all, or is it just get out there and do what you got to do?
Honestly, I don't really think about it, because the more you think about it, the more it's going to eat at you. So you just got to stay true to yourself.
Seeing the ball well, obviously, right now, but the whole team is, and that's, I think, the key. You guys in the 3 games here, up and down the lineup, everybody hitting.
That's the thing, is our lineup's so deep, we can go to anybody. If they're pitching around somebody, the next person will step up and do the job for us at this moment.
And it's like, it doesn't matter what part of the lineup you guys are in, you guys are able to generate runs from there.
Yeah, we're really staying as like a team mindset, just passing the stick and just doing what we got to do that at bat, and not really trying to do too much as one person and just keep it as a team.
To come into a tournament like this and say we're going to win 3, and then we're going to be able to take that back to Pensacola, that's one thing to say it, to do it though, and you guys really were kind of dominant throughout these games.
Right, so yeah, definitely. Because you see, we were supposed to have this off day Sunday, so we had the whole plan, but it's really back to that one pitch at a time kind of mindset and just staying with the team, staying with good energy, and just, striving with that.
Hard to come into the Spoon and beat you guys. You guys have proven that through the year, and now you get to have the conference final there and the regional. How big an advantage is that?
Oh, huge for us. That's a tough environment coming through the Spoon. We feel strong over there. We feel really good, and that energy, the fans, everybody that'll be there. That's something hard to beat for sure.
For UWF softball, it was a disappointing trip up to Oxford for the GSC tournament. 2 tough losses, and then back home to Pensacola to wait and see what would happen. The Argos are holding at #5 in the South Region rankings that came out this week. We'll have to wait until Sunday night to find out if they make the regional tournament, although all signs point that direction now. Outside of that, some great kudos to hand out to the team. Several team members making the All-GSC team, and then 4 Argonauts named to the NFCA All-Region teams. We caught up with Coach Ashley McLean to talk about what's next.
What's the emotion like for your girls? How do they feel?
I think they're excited, we have a really good senior class, and we have a really solid young team that hasn't seen any kind of postseason yet. So they're excited to get their feet wet in it, and our girls that are returners from the 19 team that got to the postseason, they're excited to get back there.
And I imagine it is, get back out on the field,
get what happened up in Oxford out of the way, and let's get back to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the heart of our game. Some days you have great days, some days you don't have so good a days, and we didn't have a great outing in Oxford, but I think you just learn from it. And, as our seniors took, it was kind of a gut-wrenching feeling, and you don't want your last game to end like that. So, again, I think they're ready to go out there and fight and see what we can do this weekend.
There have been some honors coming in from the conference level and then, region level as well, and you've pretty consistently, same girls, but a good group.
Absolutely. Tila Howard, she's just a special player, as we've said, since her freshman year, and she's up for National Player of the Year. And then we had a couple other kids that got all region, and they work hard for that. And so it's exciting to see those come across and see their faces when you get to tell them congratulations and everything they worked for. It pays off when you get those awards.
Over on the courts at the Ralph Skeeter Carson Tennis Complex, both the men's and women's teams at the University of West Florida wrapped up strong spring campaigns, losing in the NCAA South Regional Championship final round to Barry on both the men's and women's side. The women got some revenge from the Gulf South Conference tournament, knocking off West Alabama in the semifinals of the regional. The men did the same, knocking off Gulf South Conference champion Valdosta State to avenge their loss at the conference tournament. It's a bittersweet moment as both teams get close to making the NCAA tournament and fall just short, but also an opportunity to potentially say goodbye to some Argo greats.
We play against West Al, and I think that was the most important one for us, mostly because we lost against them twice. Not only because of regionals, but it was also important because it was a difficult match for us. So just winning that match against West Alabama was very important. All the girls were really happy about it, and they were all super pumped up. Then, of course, the final of regionals against Barry was difficult. We knew it, and I guess getting to the final of regionals is a huge accomplishment already.
The regional, and I know it didn't end the way you would want it to, but you guys were able to get a little revenge, both teams, going back to that Gulf South Conference tournament.
Exactly. It was kind of good and bad. We played the same teams we played. That was a third time for both of those teams. But at the same time, they're both really good teams, and we really had to fight hard for the win there. So I'm really proud of both of my men's and my women's team. Revenge teams that have beat you twice is not an easy thing to do. Both the matches before when we played them were very close. So we knew it was a matter of a couple points and, a matter of a few things we had to change. But, really proud of them. They were real motivated to get those wins.
These teams, do they maximize their potential? Do they kind of do what you thought they do? Yeah,
I think both teams lived up to, what we could do this year. It would have been nice to go that one step further. It's unfortunate in order to advance the one step further, we got to beat the top team in the country on both sides. So it makes it tough, but we were right there, and they were both very close matches.
You'll lose some key people, but what does the future look like for the programs?
Yeah, we're going to lose some people, but I'm always glad to see them move on and go on to, the important things in life. You have your time in college, but the end thing is to get your education and move on and go and then, give back to the university. So I think those players do. They'll give back, as far as sending us players, as far as supporting our programs and that kind of thing. And then, you got new people coming in, you get new freshmen come in, and they're always eager and always makes a little bit of a fresh start to the program. So it's a revolving door, but one that we're used to and we like.
Turning our attention now to the golf course, the UWF men's golf team, ranked number 1 in the country, had their hands full at the NCAA regional down in Bowling Green, Florida. The Argos got off to a tough start in the first round and had some major catching up to do, but they did just that, going on a tear in the Friday round before shooting a good round, even par on Saturday, finishing in second place in the NCAA Division II Southeast Regional. They advanced to the NCAA Championships for the 14th time in program history. The Argos were looking to add to their region record 5 titles. They do not get that done, but how about this resume heading to the championships? They have won 3 team titles this year and 4 second-place finishes in 7 total events. They will get the opportunity to chase a national championship, the 11th in UWF history, in the national tournament, May 17th through the 21st at the PGA National Champions Course in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And UWF women's golfer Solange Gomez qualified for the NCAA championships, making it out of the regionals up in Tennessee. She went up to the TPC of Michigan in Dearborn, Michigan for the 3-day event that played between May 11th and the 13th. And Solange put up a good performance under some tough conditions. She finishes tied for 49th with an 80, a 78, and a final round of 80. So congratulations to Solange on making the NCAA championship tournament, and we'll look forward to big things from our friend of the show next season. And just as a reminder, GoArgos.com is always your spot for the latest news and information and scheduling, and we've relaunched the website. It's got a new look. We hope you like that as well. Men's golf NCAA championships start on the 17th of May. The baseball conference championship series right here at the Spoon starts on the 18th, and softball regional up at Valdosta State starts on the 19th. That regional series for baseball, May 27th will be the first game for that one. Lots to look forward to. Check GoArgos.com, the Argo Armada app. Download that to your phone to keep track of UWF athletics as well. And we'll see you next time right here on Argo Sports Insider.